Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Great evening, and welcome to all those who are returning and also our new guests. And as Director Reeves says, my name is Emmajay Regis, and I do reside in the beautiful paradise island of Tobago. And ladies and gentlemen, like a day like today, my husband's birthday, but the beauty is I did not have to phone a boss to ask for permission to have a good time, right? To actually enjoy those moments that mean the most. So, Director Reeves says, yes, I've got a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I am able to be there for all those milestones and work a business that works in my pockets of time rather than the other way around, right? So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to learn about freedoms, and freedoms come in many, many different forms. But tonight, we are going to hone in on that financial freedom, that personal freedom, and importantly, that time freedom. They're all important in their own right. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I was able to design my ideal life because of this amazing opportunity. And you too will be able to do exactly that. Because tonight you are going to discover how you can earn more, travel more, and experience more. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear how you can build a strong network. What does that mean for you? How you are able to embrace and empower others, you see, because this isn't just a travel business opportunity. No, this is a self-development journey with an unlimited with unlimited income opportunities. Okay. And you're also going to be able to benefit from e-commerce. Now, this is huge because when COVID came, what was the one thing that did not go down? That was the internet, right? So here you are able to work from anywhere, anytime, no contracts, no quotas. You are your own boss and you do things on your own time. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to learn how you can become a travel professional. You're going to learn how you can earn those travel commissions and also learn the secrets of a travel professional. So you're probably wondering, well, who are we? And ladies and gentlemen, we are Planet Marketing. We are a global company led by experienced leaders. Now, Planet Marketing was founded in 2015 by this amazing gentleman on the screen, Mr. Donald Bradley. He is our Planet Marketing founder and CEO. And ladies and gentlemen, the guy with the vision. You see, Mr. Bradley, his background was military. But he was also a millionaire before he decided that he wanted ordinary persons just like you and I to be able to have extraordinary lives, and has put together this amazing vehicle. So Planet Marketing is based in Atlanta, Georgia. We have got solid company leadership with reps in over 20 plus countries. And to date, ladies and gentlemen, we have paid out over 390 million in commissions. And let me draw your attention to Mr. Dwayne Van Sil. He is our Planet Marketing president, and he has 20 years of experience in leadership and management. And partnered with him, we've also got Miss Leanne Treckler, and she also has 20 years experience in leadership network and ensuring that the planet is supported and run as it should be. So you're probably wondering, well, if it's the marketing company, well, what is their product? Ladies and gentlemen, our product is in one of the largest and sexiest industries of the world, which is travel. Now, our home agency is IntelliTravel. And we say home because it has the four walls and all the essentials that you need to be successful. Now, IntelliTravel is based in Delray Beach, Florida. We are the leading innovators in travel with over 35 years in the travel space. And the gentleman you see on the right of the screen, well, that is Mr. James Ferrara. He is our IntelliTravel CEO, co-founder, and also the gentleman who went before Congress decades ago to allow us to be able to run our home-based business from the comfort of our home. Now, in teletravel, we've got accreditations and certifications from CLIA, which is a Cruise Line International Association, to BBB, which is a Better Business Bureau. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because we are recognized for excellence. And you're probably wondering, well, how does it work? Well, it's simple. You see, we've got an exclusive partnership with Planet. So we sell travel and Planet sells us, therefore giving you a product and a service. And ladies and gentlemen, to date, we have done an astonishing 6.5 billion in global travel bookings. So if you've been out there booking travel and not earned any commissions, you've been leaving money on the table. And let me draw your attention to the industry awards and recognitions. And you're going to slide your way across to where it says Travel Weekly Magellan Award. Well, if you know anything about the Grammys, well, this award is like the Grammys in travel. And we haven't won it once, no, ladies and gentlemen, we have won it multiple times. So, let me ask everyone on the line a question. And remember, this is an interactive chat. So, how many of you on this line knew that commissions are already built inside of your travel bookings? Just put me, right? If that's you. And because the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, if you are booking travel directly with the supplier, Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruises, you are giving them the money. And if you are going to booking.com, same thing. So we're saying put yourself in the way of what you're going to do anyway. You see, here you have the opportunity to enjoy the infinite possibilities as a travel business owner. You see, ladies and gentlemen, you will receive 70 to 80% of the travel commissions. You'll also receive your fully fledged at-home travel agency, giving you your own state-of-the-art personalized booking portal. You'll also be partnered with every major supplier worldwide, and that's huge because our suppliers, to name a few, we've got Royal Caribbean, Hyatt, Carnival Cruises, Princess Cruises, Disney, the list goes on. You also receive your own payment gateway and customer management software. And you're probably wondering, well, how many trips can I book, or what sort of trips can I book? Well, you can book any amount of trips that you choose. But ladies and gentlemen, you can do group trips and individual travel. Anything from group cruises, corporate and church retreats, fraternities and sororities, honeymoon trips, divorce trips, girls trips, guys trips. You book it, there's a commission that's tied into it. This is a full turnkey business, ladies and gentlemen, and you will literally be able to be your own boss and run your business on the go. So a lot of people always say to me, well, Emmajay, why travel? Why now? And I always spin that question back and I say, well, why not travel and why not now? And then I like to break down the facts to them because you see, ladies and gentlemen, travel is an $11.5 trillion industry projected to hit 15 trillion. It is also the number one research category online when you guys should be working, right? You're out there looking for that next bargain trip. And let's break it down to see who is really booking all of that travel. So we have got our baby boomers. And if you're a baby boomer, put boom in the chat. Why? Because you guys are actually fueling the growth with an annual spend of approximately $2.5 trillion. But then we've got our Generation X's who coming up, and now they've got $3 trillion in annual spend, but they like that quality over quantity lifestyle. So if you're Gen X, just put a Gen X in the chat, right? Because you guys are those bougie travelers. But then we come across to my crew, which is the millennial. So if you're a millennial, put Mel in the chat because millennial for $1 million, right? And we're spending trillions, $4 trillion and annually. But ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about our Gen Zs, our current generation. Why? Because so far they are spending approximately $1.5 trillion annually. And there are digital generations. These are our jet setters, our leisure travelers, right? Because they like to mix business and leisure. I see you, Raquel and Adriana, right? So, guys, if you are in any of these categories, you guys are booking travel and leaving money on the table. So, having heard all of the information that you guys have just heard, how many of you on this chat would love to turn that mobile phone into an ATM? Just put ATM in the chat box for me. Why? Because we want to show you how you can get paid on what you're going to do anyway. Let's face the facts. Almost everyone you know is either traveling or wants to travel. So you're probably wondering, all right, Emma, well, how much can I earn? I've heard a lot. I want to know how much can I earn? Don't worry, guys. We've got you covered with a few of our industry examples. So, know any frequent business travelers? Now, a frequent business traveler goes onto your booking portal 3 times a month and books a 3-night business stay, right? A 3-night hotel stay. They do it 3 times a month. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for them doing that, you as a travel advisor would receive a commission check of over $150. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all of the currency we are discussing tonight is in USD, or as I say, US dollars. Okay. So, would 150 odd US dollars not take a bill or two off the table for you for something that you actually didn't do? Tell me if it makes sense. Pop it makes sense in the chat. But here's another example. Because you see, when you think about travel, it's not just flights and hotels, it's not just cruises, it's anything named travel, entertainment, and sports. So we got a request to do a 5-day golf trip for a group of 4 golfing in Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this transaction may have taken about 35 minutes, maybe an hour tops, but that time yielded a commission check of well over 270 US dollars. Again, put a cha-ching in the chat if that would take a bill or two off the table, but don't move. We've got some more examples for you. Know anyone getting married? Yeah, wedding bells are chiming. Or guess what? You yourself may even be getting married yourself. And you take it upon yourself to go ahead and use your travel business to book your honeymoon. Why, ladies and gentlemen, remember you earn commissions on your own travel too. So you decide to go ahead and book a 7-day honeymoon. All-inclusive resort in Cancun, complete with butler service. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for something that taken probably about an hour of your time with the help of your supplier and the use of your back office portal, that has yielded you a commission check of over 560 US dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, for something you were going to do anyway, it makes sense. But the next one is my favorite, ladies and gentlemen. See, I love cruising, and because of this amazing opportunity, it has allowed me to become a Royal Caribbean cruise expert amongst other certifications that I have received. And being a cruise expert, I appreciate that, hey, it's one of the niches that pay the most in commission. And it's also one of the niches that you can cater to everybody because you've got solo cruisers, families, groups, you get the gist, right? So I get a request for a 5-day group cruise for a family reunion, and they wanted 20 cabins on a Western Caribbean cruise. Now, I go ahead, I speak to the supplier, I put together the information, I send it across to my client, we set up their payment plan, and ladies and gentlemen, that has yielded me a commission check of over 2,200 US dollars for something that I was going to do anyway. Now, it simply makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you? Notice the trend, ladies and gentlemen. Just like why travel, why now? And you see the trend of who's traveling, look at the examples of what we've given to you, and you'll see the trend in the commission. Travel isn't going anywhere except for going up. And again, if you are traveling or if you want to travel, this is the way to do it. Now, you see here, ladies and gentlemen, we love to have fun learning while we're earning. You see, because we are able to educate ourselves from a client's perspective using our exclusive IntelliTrips. And you will be able to do the exact same too once you join us. Now, here you'll also have the opportunity to become better educated on travel vendors and industry products. Now, let me draw your attention to where it says Dream Maker, Vacation Builder, and Travel Genius. You see, you have the opportunity to advance through each level of certification and position yourself for increased earnings. Well, Emma, what do you mean by that? What I mean, ladies and gentlemen, is that our classrooms aren't those sticky boardrooms. You see, where we go, we love to have fun, we're learning, we're earning, we're coming back and we're giving that inventory back out to our clientele. So here's a few industry examples of our IntelliTrips that we've taken in the past. So we did a 4-day, 3-night trip to Negril, Jamaica. And this was at an all-inclusive adult-only resort. But ladies and gentlemen, this was to gain our wellness travel certification. So for the 4 days, 3 nights, we paid a total of $499 per person. Not per night, ladies and gentlemen, per person. But here's another example, because we did the same 3 nights, 4 days, but we went to Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. But ladies and gentlemen, again, it was all inclusive, adults only, 5-star diamond resort. And this was to get the luxury travel advisor certification. And again, we paid $720, ladies and gentlemen, per person. Now, how many of you on this line know that you probably can't even get 1 night, let alone 3, at these luxury resorts for those prices, as well as a certification? Again, it simply makes sense. If you're traveling, ladies and gentlemen, travel smarter and start earning from your travel. So, ladies and gentlemen, anytime someone comes to you with a business opportunity, immediately you start to think of the risks. And I get it, right? I get it. Any business person will be thinking, okay, what are the risks? But we have got you covered. You see, because we've got our IntelliTrust guarantees. And the first one, ladies and gentlemen, is our best travel price guarantee. What does that mean? So you partner with the person who invited you today, you go away, you book a bit of travel. The customer that you've booked that travel for has gone away within the first 7 days of securing that booking with you and has found it cheaper somewhere else. You see, here we offer price match, ladies and gentlemen. However, it has to be apples to apples, oranges to oranges, meaning every detail has to be the same. Hotel, inventory, transfers, flights, every detail. But in the event that we are unable to either meet or beat the price, then IntelliTravel will provide your client with 110% of the difference back in IntelliBucks to use towards their next vacation booking with you. The second one, ladies and gentlemen, is our no questions asked 100% money back guarantee. And let me tell you a secret, it's exactly that. Right? Because what Mr. Ferrara says is come into the business and try it for 29 days. Lift the hood, kick the tires, take it on a test drive, view our suppliers. If in any reason this is not for you, you can cancel within your first 29 days and get all of your monies back, no questions asked. But the third one, ladies and gentlemen, is my ultimate favorite. You see, as a business owner and entrepreneur myself, I do appreciate that 29 days, that ain't no time to really and truly try a business. So Mr. Ferrara says, come in, try the business for 12 months. And if you do not make or save what you have invested, then IntelliTravel will cut you a check for the difference and you still get to keep your business. Who does that, ladies and gentlemen? We do it. Why? Because we know this business works. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to thank you so much for giving me your undivided attention while I took you through the first half of tonight's presentation. You see, we visit 2 places very, very regularly, which is a B&B, and it's definitely not the bed and breakfast, although we do go there very often. The first B is my son's favorite word, which is the beach. And the second B is the bank. And we go to the beaches and the banks of the world on a weekly basis. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to bring before you a lady who's about to take you to the bank. I took you to the beaches. She's going to take you to the bank. And no one better to do it than somebody who has already cashed in. You see, this powerhouse lady resides in Charlotte, North Carolina. She is what we refer to as a 1-star director in this amazing opportunity, meaning that she has already bagged her legacy should she close her eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady has a team in over 18 countries, a team of well over 150 strong. But this powerhouse is also part of the prestigious 40/40 Club, signifying that she has helped a minimum of 40 families start their journey to financial freedom. And I can tell you it is way more than that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this lady is in the top 0.1% of leaders in this business opportunity, which is huge. She leads from the front. She was previously a vice president for Wells Fargo Bank in America, but retired in June 2024 as a VP. Ladies and gentlemen, she's been doing this full time, leading from the front, loves to travel, recently came back from Miami, recently came back from Jamaica, about to go to America to meet her team. It is none other than our coach and mentor, Miss Donna Reaves. Donna, have you made it to the line?
I am here, Emmajay. Can you see and hear me clearly?
I certainly can, Queen. Welcome back, and please take us to the
Thank
bank.
you so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for spending some time with us tonight to hear about this opportunity. As Emmajay said, I did work for Wells Fargo. I spent 45 years in the financial services arena, 19 as a vice president for Wells Fargo Bank. Many people ask me, well, Donna, why did you do this business when you already had a successful career? And that is because I don't want anybody to be the captain of my ship and have control over my family and myself's wealth, right? You know that in corporate America, at any time, they can tap you on the shoulder and say, you're great, but today is your last day. Now, this is not quit your job day. This is a day that I am going to talk to you about other options in which you take control of your financial future. So I'm going to talk about building a network, not just empowering yourself, but empowering others. That's the beauty of this business. And we're going to talk about leverage and residual income. You see, my favorite uncle, that's Warren Buffett, he says never rely on a single source of income. You must invest to create a second source. He didn't say go out and get 2 and 3 jobs. He said create a second source. You see, because 2 and 3 jobs are for 2 and 3 people. So I'm going to share with you tonight how you can invest to create a second source. Now, the first is leverage income. And most people will say, I'm not a salesperson, but you see, each and every one of us are. This is how it goes. You go and see a great movie. You tell everybody about it. You go to a great restaurant. The food is amazing. You share that information with everybody. Ladies, you find a great hairstylist. You're sharing it with your girlfriends. Gentlemen, a great barber. You're sharing that as well. You see, we are selling products and services for other people, but we're not getting compensated for it. Well, here, every time you share this information with others and they lock arms with you and become an independent travel agency owner, you are going to get a $50 direct sale. Now, don't run away. This is much bigger than $50. You see, when that person that you lock arms with goes out and does the same thing, they're going to get that $50 direct sale, but you're going to get a 50% check match. They do 500 this week, you're getting 250. They do 5,000 this week, you're getting 2,500. They do a fortune this week. You got it. You're getting half a fortune. And then in addition, you are going to start earning $10 team bonuses that go from $10 to $60 once you become a gold builder. And a gold builder just means that you've locked arms with 9 people that want to be travel agency owners as well. Now, if you look at the bottom of the screen, it says there are no limits on direct sales, direct bonuses, matches, or team bonuses, and upfront commissions are paid weekly. You see that week is with 2 E's, not with an A, because our commissions here are not week. Now, Mr. Bradley loves sports, right? So he mirrored our builders program off of the Olympics. So when three people lock arms with you and become independent travel agency owners, you're a bronze builder. Three more total, you're of six, you're a silver builder. Three more, total of nine, you are a gold builder. Now, just like the Olympics, they work hard and they do not go to the Olympics to get a bronze or silver medal. No, they want to stand at the top of that podium representing their country with a gold medal. Well, here, when you become a gold builder, meaning nine people are doing what you do, three additional streams of income kick in. The first is that $10 team bonus. So instead of getting 50 on the direct sale, you're getting 60, and that 50% check match goes from 25 to 35. In addition, you are going to get a 10% match on your personal ITA's travel commissions. Now, you remember that cruise that Emmajay talked about. The person that booked the cruise made over $2,200. Well, if you were the gold builder that brought that person into the business, they're going to get the $2,200, but you're going to get 10% or $220, not out of their money, but directly from the company. Now, the beauty of that is in spite of you money. You don't know they booked the cruise. You don't know who went on the cruise. Matter of fact, you don't know who was doing the cha-cha slide on the Lido deck, nor do you care. But what you do know is that 10% or $220 dropped into your bank account or on your international debit card. And then in addition, you're going to get a 10% match on your personal reps matrix commissions. You see, you are an IntelliTravel agent as well as a Planet Marketing rep, which gives you the ability to sell travel agency franchises. Now, our matrix is a 3x9 team build matrix. And I want you to pay close attention to team. Why? Because we don't do this alone. This is a team effort. But this is where our residual income kicks in. Residual, do something once and get paid over and over and over again for it. I love to use the example of one of the greatest entertainers of all time, Michael Jackson. Now, he passed decades ago, but every single time his music is played, his benefactors get residual income. Well, here, this is our residual income component. So I want you to look over where it says level. And at the second level, you see there is a lock, but it's unlocked. So when two people partner with you, it unlocks your matrix. And every single person has a matrix. And what happens is when that matrix unlocks, the following month, you begin to earn $4 on every active agency within your organization, whether you brought them in or not. So let's look at a few levels. The bronze builder, you are responsible for three people. And at that level, you can make up to $156. Let's come down to silver. You've partnered with six agents, right? There you can make up to $4,368. Now remember that matrix match. If you were the gold builder that brought the person in and they made 4,368 off of their matrix, you got it. You're going to get 10% or $436.80, not from their money, but directly from the company. We're not stopping there. We're running for gold. Let's go down to the gold builder. Nine people have partnered with you. Now, if you add up all those agencies from the 19,683 all the way up to three, right? It's 29,523 seats. If you multiply that by the $4 bill, it's over $118,000 that is available to you in this matrix. And yes, we have people within our organization making over $100,000 on the $4 bill. Now, once you become a gold builder, it opens up the gates for the director program. And at the director program, we're going to go through a few examples to show you what kind of money you can make. So, a one-star director, you and your team have grown to 100 agents, right? Remember, you're responsible for 9, but the other 91 could come from anybody else within your team. If we multiply that 100 times the $4 bill, that's $400, right? But the beauty is when you become a director on the first of the month, your director pay kicks in, which is a $500 bonus. But it doesn't even stop there. At that level, you're going to get another $10 team bonus. So instead of making 50 on the direct sale, you're making 70, and that 50% check match goes from 25 to 45. But I want you to look over where it says directors will receive. One-star directors receive 1,000 monthly income guaranteed from all sources. That means at the end of each month, the system is going to look, and if they see a director that is not made $1,000, the company's going to make up that difference. If you've only made 900, they're going to give you the other 100. 800, they're going to give you the other 2. So let's look at a couple other examples. Let's come down to the 3-star director. You and your team have grown to 500 agents. 5 times 4, you're getting $2,000 off of that matrix pay. But guess what? You are also getting a $2,000 director bonus on the first of the month. And you see that $10 team bonus continues to grow all the way down to 5-star director. So at that level, you are going to be making $90 off of the direct sale, and you're going to make 65 off of the 50% check match. Let's go down to the 5-star director, 4,000 agencies with your organization. 4 times 4 is $16,000. You're going to get on the 10th of the month. But on the first of the month, your director's pay is $10,000. Now, at that level, that's where the $10 team bonus caps off. So that means you're going to make 110 on every direct sale, and that 50% check match is 85. But it also, every single sale that's made within your organization, that $10 to $60 is paid out to the level that the person sits. Well, let's go down to 6-star because that's where we pop some millionaires. They are bringing in $40,000 matrix pay on the 10th of the month. Their director bonus is $16,000 on the first of the month. That means they're starting off their month with $56,000. And we're not even talking about all the travel that they've booked. But I am proud to say that we crowned a 7-star director in January of this year, a beautiful young lady out of the United Kingdom. Let's do the math there. She, 25,000 agents times 4, $100,000 on the 10th of the month. Her director bonus on the first is $30,000. But I can tell you that she has a team well over 30,000, which means that this young lady is bringing in over $165,000 each and every month just off of these 2 ways we get paid. Now, there are no 8, 9, or 10-star directors yet. You haven't missed anything, but they're coming. They're definitely coming. Now, this is our presidential ring and Rolex program that comes directly from our founder, Mr. Bradley. This does not come from the company. This comes directly out of his pocket. So when you're making $8,333 per month, which is $100,000 annually, he's going to bless you with a sapphire ring. $20,833 per month. That's $250,000 a year. He's going to bless you with the ruby ring. $41,666 per month. That's $500,000. Going to bless you with the diamond ring. I don't know anybody that doesn't like diamonds. And $83,333 per month. that yields you $1 million a year, and he is going to bless you with the double diamond ring. Now, we have too many sapphire, ruby, and diamond ring wearers to know the numbers because they're popping daily. But I can tell you that our double diamond or our millionaires, currently, we have 8 about to pop our night. And then when you become a 5-star director, he is also going to bless you with a diamond encrusted Rolex timepiece. Now, would I buy a Rolex? Absolutely not. As Emmajay said, I love to travel and I would be taking that money and traveling the world. But if Mr. Bradley's going to bless me with a Rolex, I will proudly wear it. Now, this is our income disclosure statement from 2025, and this is what we present to the IRS. Now, I know we have numerous countries on the line tonight, but here in the United States, every penny that we make over $600 has to be reported to our government or the IRS. So let's look at a few examples. Let's look at the gold builder. We're running for gold, right? They work approximately 15 hours per week. There was a gold builder in 2025 that made over $655,000. Let's come down to the 6-star. We hadn't crowned our 7-star yet. They work this business full time and they're averaging $1 million a year. Now, this income disclosure statement is only for Planet Marketing, has nothing to do with IntelliTravel. But between the two, each company pays out over $6.5 million per month in commissions. Now, I know this is small print, so if you want to see our income disclosure statement up close and personal, just ask the person that invited you and they will get you a copy. Now, if you didn't listen to anything that Emmajay said or I have said thus far, I want you to pay attention to this screen because this is the most powerful and important screen of the presentation. And it's the Planet Marketing Pledge. And I'm going to read it verbatim. As a Planet Marketing Director, feel secure in knowing that in the event of your death, the Planet business you've built will outlast you. Your family will still receive your Planet Marketing weekly commissions, director pay, director bonuses, and monthly residual income. Now, when I became a director, I immediately got legal documents asking me, Donna, who do you want to leave your money to? I'm not married. I have no children. I chose my 3 siblings and my 2 favorite nieces. If I die tonight, all of the money that I make on a weekly and monthly basis will be divided equally between them for the rest of their life. But it doesn't stop there. This is why it's a legacy. It then passes on to their beneficiaries and then on to theirs. This is the wealth strategy. Now, why is this slide so important to me? As I started, I said I spent 45 years in the financial services arena, 19 as a vice president for Wells Fargo Bank. Now, when I retired in June of 2024, did they give me a legacy? Did they give me a pledge? Did they give me anything? Well, they gave me something. After 19 years of traveling all over the United States, helping them make millions of dollars, they gave me, wait for it, a $150 gift card and a plaque. Now, what does that tell me? That tells me that they didn't care about me. It was profit over people. And you see, our CEOs, it's opposite. It's people over profit. You see, Mr. Bradley says, we're going to help you make money while you're here on earth to live the life that you want to live. But when you leave this earth, you rest assured that your family is going to be taken care of for the rest of theirs. That is why this slide is so important to me and why I have planted my flag here at Planet Marketing. Now, this is a turnkey business. You are going to get valuable tools, systems, and support. You're going to get 2 websites, marketing and travel, 2 mobile apps, marketing and travel, All of your training is for free unless you decide to go off to some tropical island, like Emmajay said, Negril or Punta Cana. Otherwise, you can do it from the comfort of your home. Now, one of our greatest events is what we call our Super Bowl, which will be happening September 10th through the 12th, and it is at the largest Marriott in the world in Orlando, Florida. And this year it is called Unstoppable because we have no excuses, no fear, and no limits. And our guest note speaker this year is none other than Fraser Brooks out of the United Kingdom, now living in Dubai. If you don't know who Fraser Brooks is, look him up. He is a powerhouse and he will be pouring into us. Now, I know you're saying, how do I start? Donna was ready when Emmajay said I could make $2,200 off of booking 20 cabins. Well, price is what you pay, value is what you get. It's not a typo on the screen. For two businesses in an $11.5 trillion industry moving to 15 trillion, it's a one-time fee of $199.90. And I'll go through other countries' costs because I see there's numerous countries on the line with us tonight. $19.95 of that goes to Planet Marketing. $179.95 of that goes to IntelliTravel. Add that up, it's $199.90. Let's just say $200. Then 30 days later, your overhead to run your business kicks in. Every legitimate business has overhead. That with your mobile apps is $64.95. Now, I don't know about other countries, but here in the United States, people love Starbucks. And they stop by Starbucks or somewhere, Dunkin' Donuts, to get coffee on their way to work. Now, let me tell you this. Coffee is costing, because they're probably not just getting coffee, they might get a muffin, a bagel. They're racking up $7 to $10 just on breakfast, right? And if it is just coffee at Starbucks, you're still paying about $5 to $7. Here, this business is costing you approximately $2 per day to be in an $11.5 trillion industry. That is the cost that it started with, and it is still the cost today. Now, we normally have three types of people that join us on the Zoom, and I'm just going to say, get mad, make a decision. Number three, say thank you, but no thank you. I'm not interested. I don't want to book travel. I don't want to bless other people with travel. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to leave a legacy for my family. I don't want to be wealthy. Well, I just say thank you so much for joining us tonight. But I am going to ask a favor of you. The next time you go to book a cruise or book an all-inclusive or book something like horseback riding, snorkeling, scuba diving, ATVing, zip lining, get back to the person that invited you tonight. Give them your business so that they can get paid those commissions. Remember, there's a commission tied to every single transaction. Number two, say, ooh, Donna, sounds good, but I have some questions. Stay on the line. Emmajay and I are going to answer all of your questions before you leave us tonight. Number one, say, I was ready. I told you when I saw that cruise, I was ready. And we're going to walk through exactly how you get started. You see, we want you to start your journey of success. And guess what? You already started it with your first step by joining us here tonight. But the beauty of this business, as I said earlier, is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So the other thousands and thousands and thousands of miles that you will be traveling, we will be right there with you. So on behalf of Ainsley, Andre, Janelle, Leota, Mary, Kenny, Pam, Adriana, Emmajay, and myself, we want to welcome you to the best place on the planet.